studying is a key factor to making good grades. Some students come by studying with ease and without having to really work at it. Most of us, though, need every little bit of help we can get. Studying is such an important part of learning that research has been conducted to pinpoint better ways for students to retain what they are being taught. In this informative piece, I will help explain what myself and my fellow classmates can do to improve the fine art of studying. If one does a Google search on studying skills for college students, over 27 million hits come up within a matter of seconds. Each site promises the top best study skills or explains why studying at a college level is so important. To me, this proves that studying is vital to education. On cod.edu, the writer mentions that one of the biggest hurdles for college students in class is the lack of preparation. Mostly this comes from the absence of knowing how to even properly study. Students are given all the resources they need to succeed, but are hardly ever taught how to manage their time and use those resources. It is kind of expected that by college, students now know how to prep for exams. Unfortunately, for most of us, that means cramming within the last few hours before the test. Studies and our own personal experience show that cramming is not always the best choice. You may be sitting there wondering, well, what can we do if not cram? Fear not, my fellow classmates. According to Huffington Post, there are many ways for us to practice better, more beneficial studying. Thanks to Huffington, we are given a list of 9 positive study habits that can help any student. A few I really like, and I was surprised that they could help, were as follows. Utilizing groups of peers for study time can actually help more than you think. I'm not a great group study person because I end up talking about whatever else I can instead of the task at hand. But according to the site, studying in groups can help break up the assignment and make the learning not as heavy. Another suggestion they have on there is to take tests. Wait, what? Test? Isn't that kind of what we're trying to learn how to do? Well, it turns out that taking tests can help affirm your knowledge on the subject and in fact can enhance it. Maybe tests aren't as evil as I always thought. These next few study tips come from campusexplorer.com and can be tricky to get used to, but I think they can really help us study. The first and most painful one for me would be, in their words, unplug and reconnect. Basically, they point out the obvious. We have distractions all around us. The internet is the worst distraction, especially for us online students. I don't know about you guys, but I always have Facebook tab open when I'm doing homework. I mean, how else am I going to make sure that Johnny so-and-so hasn't broken up with what's-her-nose? There are way too many things I need to keep up with for me to close out of Facebook during schoolwork. But these people at Campus Explorer seem to think they know what they're talking about, and do suggest that closing out of Facebook while you study can really help. The adult side of me agrees with the idea that Facebook can be distracting. The child side of me is too busy liking statuses about God knows what to even remember what we're talking about. Another idea that they have on their site is to take a break. When your brain starts physically hurting, it's time to rest and recoup. Of course, that does mean that you have to resume studying at some point. There is a fine line between taking a break and straight up blowing off classes. Studying is really an art. We have to learn how to not let it consume us and take a break when we need to. We also have to learn how to not ignore the piles of homework and studying that need to be done because we have other things going on. Remembering to take good notes, eliminating distractions, utilizing our peers, taking practice tests, etc. All these things can help us continue in our education. Thanks, guys.